Welcome, everyone, to the 2022 Vermont Republican Party Platform Convention. All right. Probably the largest gathering of Republicans that we have every 2 years or so. And I'm excited to be here today to get ready to launch us into the 2022 campaign season. The work that we're about to do here today is of critical importance and will make an important statement one way or another. Already, we have taken unprecedented steps to build a broader, stronger coalition that can help Republicans work towards big wins in November. We started this platform process by sending out the call to people all over Vermont, people who have maybe been left behind by the Republican Party, maybe left behind by the Democratic Party, and asked them for their input on our party platform. Our platform committee met regularly for over 2 months, first revisiting the platform that has served us well over the last 2 years, and then also taking into consideration, taking the time to review over 120 different suggestions from Vermonters around the state before presenting the draft that is in your packet today. Many of those submissions were affirming positions that we already hold in our platform. And then even after that draft was completed, we still had members submit nearly a dozen different amendments, which you will decide on today. Our platform committee had members from around the state, from each county appointing their own representative. And we also had a diverse mix of people from different parts of the state with different experiences. We had people who had not been involved in the legislature or party politics until a couple months ago. And we had former and current legislators. We had people who worked in sales, retirees, young Republicans, business consultants, a former town clerk, and a lawyer or two, all bringing their own experiences as Republicans to bear on this draft platform. Thanks to a previous change in our rules, we're holding this convention in the spring, before the deadline to get candidate petitions, because our platform, in my opinion, is one of our most powerful recruiting tools. The first time I ever read the platform, when I was deciding whether or not I was going to be running for office as a Republican. Right? That's who our real target audience is with the platform. This document that we will establish today, its intended audience is potential candidates. My top priority over the next 26 days is recruitment, recruitment, recruitment. And I think this draft platform can give us a compelling case to attract the highest quality candidates possible, if we do our work carefully, thoughtfully, with this simple goal in mind. The way I see it, we have 180 job openings to fill in the next month, 150 in the House, 30 in the Senate. And the platform that we approve today is kind of like the job posting that we're going to put up to make sure that we fill these positions with people who are up for the job. So what does it take to write a good job description? Well, it should inspire. It should motivate. It should be attractive and engaging. It should be like a big magnet that draws people in. All of you here have already decided that you're Republicans, and you want to work together to advance our common shared goals. But there's a lot of people out there in the middle, and increasingly former Democrats who realize that their party has become so extreme they can't stay there anymore. We've got an opportunity to bring them to our side and vote for our candidates. But Republican philosophy isn't enough by itself to attract and to retain the best talent. We also need to be mindful of our party's internal company culture. How do we interact with each other? How do we treat each other when we disagree? I've been to far too many Republican meetings that devolve into arguments and name calling, especially about stuff that happened 2, 4, 6 years ago. If you were a new person who just moved to Vermont, came to your first Republican meeting, and that's what you experienced, would you come back for a second? Would you want to run as a candidate? Many have not. There's too much opportunity for us to waste it fighting amongst ourselves. Even in Vermont, Joe Biden's approval ratings are in the low 40s. The rumor going around is that up to 5 Democrats in the House, chairs of committees, could be leaving, could be retiring. Senator for life, Patrick Leahy, is finally stepping down. He's been a senator since my mother was in high school. The 2022 election holds so much unprecedented opportunity that if we waste it on foolish fights, we will win foolish prizes. We have a real chance in the next few months to get enough Republicans elected to sustain Governor Scott's veto. And if we had those numbers over the past few years, think about the bad bills we could have stopped. We could have stopped non-citizen voting. If we had just a couple more Republicans, we could have done it. We could have stopped the Global Warming Solutions Act. More bad bills that we stop with a veto means fewer bad bills that we have to repeal when we eventually get a majority. And I want to be clear, that is my goal. All right, now, if in my first year of the job, I can marshal the resources, both the money and the manpower to push 76 House Republicans or 16 senators over the finish line, you can bet the farm I am going to do it. But I also know that good things take time. Good things take time. Our party is not in the shape it needs to be able to compete and win on that scale. Not today, but we can get it there. And I'm committed to doing the work, meeting with people, driving to the places we need to in order to put us on that path to be ready to win a majority in another 2, 4, 6 years, however long it takes. That is our goal. We cannot establish this party platform without working towards a majority. But that long-term goal must start today. It must start with a commitment from every single person in this room to do more than you've ever done before if you want to get results that are better than we've ever had before. We need to promote our party's philosophy and change the party's internal culture if we want to win. Do you want to win? That was so weak. Do you want to win? That's better. Do you want to do what it's going to take to win? That's the problem right there. We all want to win, but when we ask, are we ready to do what it takes to win, we get a little bit quieter. Okay? So do you want to do what it takes to win? Or is that a job for somebody else? It's a job for you. It's a job for me. Okay? There is hay in the fields, my friends. There is hay in the fields. The fruit of Democratic mismanagement is starting to ripen. Democrats' reckless spending has brought painful inflation nationally. And even locally, House and Senate Democrats have made a number of stupid mistakes that hurt the people in their districts. Whether it's the new mystery tax that's coming with this clean heat standard, right? Nobody knows how much it is or when it's going to take effect or how it's going to change. It's a mystery, all right? You're going to see more messaging from us on that. Whether it's that mystery tax or whether it's the new education funding formula, where some Democrats ended up giving their own district a 30-cent property tax increase. Or whether it's some of the outlandish bills on the wall, that are on the wall for now, that would take away the rights of every parent in the state to consent to significant medical care for their child in the form of hormone blockers. Democrats are making a lot of stupid mistakes, right? How many of you have seen that video of Mark McDonald saying basically, give them a blanket? That's their position on heating, on home heating fuels. Give them a blanket. I also saw a tweet from one of the congressional candidates that literally said, tax the hell out of fossil fuels. We are given such a gift if we can work together. Democrats have made a big mess, and in some of these places, some of these districts, a good, hardworking Republican take him out with a little bit of money and a lot of work. Are we going to work together to make that happen? Are we going to go out there and recruit the people who are on the side of making Vermont's government more affordable, more accountable, and more flexible? There is hay in the field, my friends, but it won't be there for long. We need to bring in every willing worker who wants to reverse the trend that they've seen from Democrats over the last 20 years. It's all hands on deck, people. We do not have the luxury of internal arguments when there is so much work to do together. Let's not spend our precious time and energy engaging in internal fights and making bigger enemies of the people within our party, and leave alone the Democrats who are driving us down a path that none of us want to go down. So let's get to work. Today, we settle the questions of what Republicans are for. We'll have our discussions, we'll take some votes, and the matter will be settled one way or another. After today, let's commit to ending the internal fighting, working side by side to promote Republicans and our platform in a way to make gains this year and win a majority as soon as we possibly can. Thank you.